Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button. Leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. This is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I'm merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards. Use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there is a 5 of Pentacles. I feel like there's some uncertainty in our life right now. I feel like maybe we are a little bit nervous about something. We're a little bit worried about something going on right now. Let's see. A lot of these court cards. Ooh, Emperor. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. You're worried about something, but it's going to go very nicely. I think it's going to be a major win for you. It's going to be like a big kind of a lot of progress, right? Just with your energy and kind of overcoming some of this worry, some anxiety that we have. Let's get into it, but first let's select a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one card randomly from the Smith-Waite Tarot, and we're going to set Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? And hopefully that card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading, okay? So let's look now at this energy. We've got major and major. This is pretty good. We've got some fire. We don't have as any water energy, though, do we? We have a little bit here in the Queen of Wands right here. A little bit of water energy here. But otherwise, we've got a lot of fire. We've got some air, not too much air. And we've got some earth. But mostly it's these, even the major arcana are very fiery cards. This is the Emperor, that's that Aries energy, fire energy. The cardinal fire energy, right? So it's fire on fire. This is the Eon or Judgment card. It is related to the element of fire. And then, of course, we have these, the Queen of Wands, and we have the 6 and 7 of Wands here. So a lot of fire energy, a lot of big energy, right? A lot of intensity, a lot of creativity, a lot of conscious awareness, a lot of progress, a lot of ambition. But before we get to it, we've got to deal with this earth energy. We got to deal, I think, with the Princess of Swords and this 5 of Pentacles. These are the difficult cards right now. First one is the 5. I think that we're involved with something. There's something going on in our lives that is troubling us. It's worrying us. We're not sure of the outcome. We want something stable. We want to win. We want to succeed. We want abundance. See, we want this. We want the Princess of Pentacles, Princess of Discs, right? We want to stay on this path. We want to continue to do our work, and we want it to pay off. We want to succeed. This is tremendous success, right? This is us basically just being fixed in our will. This is the fixed earth energy, the air of earth, the Prince of Pentacles. We want to stay with what we're doing. We want to continue doing what we're doing, and we want to reap the rewards, right? Seems pretty simple. Not when we've got some anxiety and some worry and some, these cards right here in the middle, this is the worrisome energy. This is the 7 of Wands. Feels like we are a little David up against a big Goliath. The 5 of Pentacles is saying, well, there's a lot of activity happening. Things are moving all around me, and I don't know how to exactly to deal with that. And then we see the Four of Swords, but there's some hope here, because this is telling me that the mental part of it, the anxiety, the worry, is going to calm down. Right? And we're not really getting over it. It's a temporary halting. It's a temporary stillness. This is like, do some deep breathing before you have to go on stage. This isn't the energy that says, well, just go home. You don't have to do this, right? No, we're still doing it. But we've got to calm down first, right? We've got to center ourselves. Do some deep breathing, meditate, pray, do a ritual, just center yourself, ground yourself, stabilize our energies, right? Especially that mental energy. What we're doing is big. We want to reap these rewards. We want this manifestation. We want this abundance. There's no limit to the kind of success that you can have in your life except the limits we put on ourselves, right? And of course, we have this little bugger up here, this Princess of Swords. This is that little voice that says, no, you can't do it. You're not good enough. It's that little nagging voice of doubt, right? This is also us kind of not fully confident, right? This is us, and it kind of goes with that little annoying voice of doubt that makes us a little shaky when we're trying to hold our sword, and we're just not confident. We don't have a firm grip on things. We don't believe in our own power, our own ability just now. I think that's changing. I really do. Look at the path of the serpent here. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but dang, this is nice. Fire. And manifesting, no limit to what we can manifest. No limit to our abundance. This I think is a huge win over here. This is a huge win. But this is the big moment where we've got to grasp our sword. We have to overcome our doubt. We have to overcome our unsteadiness. We've got to steady ourselves, right? Seven of Wands. This is in the recent past. This is yesterday's energy. And I say yesterday's energy because I feel like we're done with this. This is the feeling like we're not strong enough to match equally this work, the environment, the world, right? I don't know exactly what you're doing. I don't know if this is a career thing, if this is some kind of a public appearance or a public show or display, a performance of some kind. Or maybe this is us trying to create success in our career. We need to step into this Leo energy. Right? This Six of Wands, this is where we want to be. This is Jupiter in Leo. This is kind of an exaggerated Leo confidence, right? It's Jupiter in Leo, so it's very expansive. It's just puffing out your chest and being larger than life, which I think is a pretty stark contrast between the Cancer, the crab, the hermit crab sometimes. Feeling like we're not this, we're the little stick in front of that, right? This is kind of the little bit of inferiority even. This is a little bit of that feeling like in any situation, we're the crooked, weak stick rather than the big, confident, presence in the room. This is yesterday's energy. We're done with this. I would throw it, but I don't want to bend the card. We don't want this anymore, right? We've got to find a way to overcome this so that we can embrace this big win. We can have the big win, but we have to embrace this big moment. And this is the moment where you kind of say a prayer, you step out on stage, and you just fake it till you make it. You have the confidence. You pretend that you have the confidence until you actually do. It is kind of a fake it till you make it scenario. Because there's a lot of there's a lot of uncertainty. We don't know. This is the energy that we could trip on our way up the stairs to the stage. We can walk into the boss's office and knock over their valuable, I don't know, stuff, their trophy, or I don't know what they have. There's always going to be this uncertainty. And this is a card that's trying to get us to find the stability in the change, in the shifting circumstances. This is us being on really an unstable ground, but thriving. It's like learning to ride a skateboard. You couldn't get me on a skateboard. As soon as I touch a skateboard, I'm on my back, I just fly right off of those things. I never was much of a skater. But this is that idea of a really unstable platform that you're standing on. But you're finding your balance. You're confident in your ability. And that goes with a little bit of this fixed earth. The circumstances may be changing. The ground may be unsteady. We are the steadiness. Right? We bring the stability. We bring this fixed earth energy. We can solidify everything. We can stabilize it. So despite what seems just like a swirl of chaos around you, you're finding stability within yourself. And that is part of this confidence, part of this big moment where it's kind of like we're got to get ready. We're going out on stage now, I used to be a drummer in a band, and I'd always get kind of, just local, played nothing really. But it's always kind of, because I'm a solar Cancer. And I always kind of felt like I wasn't good enough to be out here. I'm not that good at playing the drums. I don't have the charisma and the character and the stage presence to really be out there. Good thing I wasn't trying to be a lead singer or something. But just being in the background as kind of the drummer was just like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't feel up to the task. I don't even feel stable on my feet. Like I feel like my knees are weak. I feel like I can't even hold a drumstick. It's that kind of anxiety. But we find the stability. We say a prayer, we center ourselves, we take a deep breath, and we just invoke that power in us. We bring that fire out of us because Cancer is cardinal water. It's that fire of the water energy, right? It's lighting a fire underneath that kettle and get that water boiling, right? Get us ready to do that. And I think that's what we see underneath here. This is the Queen of Wands. This is not the water of the fire, but the fire of the water, right? This is the inverse of our energy. Usually Cancer is kind of water on the outside, but keeps the fire on the inside. It's almost as if that somewhere in there is this confident, maybe this emperor, right? The emperor, we know who we are, but we just have a difficult time letting that out and bringing the water inside, right? Usually it's kind of the water is out here, and we got that fire, that confidence, that creativity, that consciousness, that ambition stays hidden within us. We know it's there in potential, but we got to find a way to swap that energy out, right? Well, that's what the Queen of Wands does. Fire on the outside, sensitive water on the inside. This is us choosing to be fiery exterior, even though inside we still may be nervous as heck. It's like, I always talk about my daughter. She's 3. She started preschool recently. And she always tells me, she says, Dad, I'm nervous about going to school. I say, that's okay, honey. Everybody here is nervous. Everybody here is doing their best to try not to be nervous, but we're all nervous. We're all scared. This is about being nervous, and it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be nervous, but we can be brave at the same time. In fact, that's the best time to be brave, is when you're nervous, right? She says, you're right, Dad, I can do it. And she's nervous, and she'll cry when we leave, but within a few minutes, she's all fire. I mean, she's fire. So I kind of like that as far as the Cancer energy goes. She's not a solar Cancer, but it reminds me of that kind of energy, you know. And this is the perfect scenario for that. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on, if you're going to apply for that job, if you're going to go ask for that raise or that promotion, if you're stepping out on stage, if you're entering public life or something, you know, we got to get over this. This isn't doing us any favors. And this is that kind of shaky internal, and this is the shaky. We feel like the ground is wobbling, and then we're wobbling too. It's just a lot of wobble. Something's got to stabilize, and guess what? We see the stabilizing here. We see the wobble up top here, but then we're able to stabilize it, right? We stabilize it through staying fixed on our goal, not letting in these kind of negative thoughts, these doubting little, annoying little doubts and stuff, by centering ourselves, calming ourselves, taking that deep breath, invoking our forces, saying a prayer, doing a ritual, whatever it is that you do, so that we can get out of the 7 and into this kind of fire energy. And at first it may be exaggerated, right? It may be kind of like this 6 of Wands up here, this kind of Jupiter Leo energy, where it might be exaggerated. We might have to kind of put it on a little bit. That's all right. That's being brave when inside we're kind of shaking like a leaf, you know. Because we're going to move to the path of the serpent now. There is this emperor deep within you. And yes, for some of you, maybe this emperor is a lot closer to the surface. I think we're just about ready to activate this emperor energy. And this is an emperor that knows that they need to do this because it is for the rest of their life. It is to create this abundance. It is something that kind of your life depends on this. You know, it's a huge win if we can take advantage of this. So we know that despite how we feel, despite everything going on the path of the dove, we've got to do it. There's no choice. So the emperor knows what is best for the realm, right? What's best for the empire. Not what's best for me. What's best for me right now is probably go home, get back in bed, have a bowl of ice cream. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be a drummer. I don't care. But we know that this is, and you know, I never ended up really being a drummer. I don't make a living playing the drums. I haven't played in a while, but that doesn't really apply here. I think that you have found where you need to be. You have found that work, that job, that career, that project, whatever this working is. Now maybe you're retired. You found that purpose of your life that you know, despite that little princess of swords chattering, saying, just go home, you can't do it. Despite that little voice, despite all of our anxiety, and the kind of anguish that we sometimes feel about these kinds of activities, despite all of that, you know what's best for you, for your life, for your family, for your empire. Yeah. So I think this is really the energy that we need to harness. We need to invoke this. And this is that energy that just says, when the curtain goes up, don't question yourself. Don't think about it. Don't have any kind of a dialogue. Just move your feet. Just go. You don't have to rehearse. You don't have to say, okay, well, I'm going to walk up this way. I got to go around the drum set. I got to sit down there, and my sticks are on my left. And no, it's going to be reversed, so it's on my right. No, just go. Start moving. It's like when they say with skydiving or something, right? As soon as that light turns green, don't think about it. Just walk out of the plane. Just thinking about, just visualizing it now makes my heart kind of jump. That's my biggest fear in life, I think. I'll go on stage, I'll speak to a crowd, all day long. Just don't make me jump out of a plane, all right? But it's that kind of thing. As soon as the door opens, as soon as the light goes green, you go. You don't think about it. You don't try to say, okay, my ripcord is on my right, no, my left. You just jump, right? That's the Emperor. The Emperor has done all of the planning before in the war council chambers, in the whatever, has already planned. So when it's time, they don't have to second guess or question or wonder or get nervous. It's just execute the plan, activate it. So this is the energy that we need going into this thing, whatever it is, so that we can reap the rewards. We can secure this abundance in our lives for our family, friends, our loved ones, your pets, your plants, your people, whatever. And this is it. Because the very next card is more fire. This is a card here, the Eon Judgment card. This is a card that says, look, if you can do this, this is going to change your life forever. This is the big moment. Not only is this a huge win, but this is a win that keeps on winning, right? Even we have with the Six of Wands, this is the card that is called victory. So beyond this door, and yes, this is a difficult doorway. This is a baptism by fire. This is a trial by fire, trial by combat. This is a doorway that's on fire. Scary, right? I don't want to do that. This is the opening of the cargo door in the plane. You got to jump out of it. Looks frightening. But beyond this is you triumphing over all of your fears. There's nothing in life that you can't handle now. So you're going to be winning over and over and over again. Now, winning doesn't mean that you win, everybody else loses. Right? Someone left a comment the other day on a video that said a rising tide raises all the ships. That's what I feel with this, even though we're talking about fire. But your victory is a victory for everyone around you. When you succeed, the whole band is going to look good, right? You don't want to shine and then everybody else in the band forgot how to play their instruments. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't make you look very good either, or say, did you hear that drummer tonight? Everyone's going to say, wow, that band was terrible. So this is you mostly triumphing over yourself and your own fears, your own anxieties, and all of the stuff that we talked about here. Okay. And this is it. This is the big moment. It's through this doorway. This is the light. This is the spotlight on you. When you're on stage and the curtain you've got to go through and the lights are going to be right on you. This is the win that will keep on winning. On the other side is that, and yes, this Jupiter in Leo energy says that you might have to puff out your chest. You might have to pretend that you are this confident until you actually are. Fake it till you make it. Be brave on the outside, even while you might be a little nervous on the inside, Let's look at the mystery card. I'm very curious about the mystery card today. Thank you, Alien, Simon, Mork Ripley. What do we think the mystery card will be? Well, maybe a Six of Pentacles. I could see a Six of Pentacles being here, because then it's kind of like, now we've succeeded. Now we have this confidence. Now we're kind of going around thinking that we're the bee's knees, It could be a Ten of Pentacles too, showing kind of the same thing, that all of this success, we have to be careful that it doesn't change us, right? Doesn't turn us into the, kind of an arrogant or this exaggerated Leo kind of energy, right? That's just a temporary thing if we're going to try to just puff out our chest to be confident, right? I don't know. Let's just look. Perfect. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. This, I think, is a card that confirms that this is the huge win and the big moment and the right time. This is the moment in time for you. I like to look at the Wheel of Fortune like a kind of a cosmic wristwatch, a spiritual timepiece that says the time is now. Everything, the show is going to go on promptly at, 6 a.m. or whatever. That's when the new readings come out here on the channel. The time is now, right? It's showtime, really. So I like that what this also does is gives us a trinity of major arcana, right? We have the fire energy, and then it basically says it's time for you to go through this doorway. It's time for you to go maybe through that doorway, or time for the doorway to get to this emperor type of energy, right? To get to maybe the emperor that has this very balanced confidence. And again, with the Six of Wands, it's not just about us puffing out our chest and being kind of arrogant. It's a suggestion that maybe you have to fake it till you make it. Let's just, let's invoke our Leo energies so that we have the kind of presence and confidence that we need. But this is also the card that is, once we go through this doorway, once we do this particular thing, it's going to get, in a way, easier and easier for us to be this confident energy, to be this emperor. Yes, we may still get nervous. You hear musicians say that all the time, right? That no matter how many times they've been on stage, they still get a little nervous. But to me, it's not so much a nervousness anymore. It's an excitement. It's a very fine line between being nervous and being excited, right? Nervous is that kind of fiery energy, but not so confident. Excitement is still that fiery energy, but is confident. The only difference really is our faith in ourselves, right? Anyway, I like this. I think it is time. I think this is your moment. I'm very happy about this. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, click either above or below in the description box. New readings do come out every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell thing so you don't miss the next reading. Yeah. I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you again very, very soon.